I would love to make a new bar convert out of you, and I think this workout is the one to do it. Hi, my name's Mariah. Welcome to Wealthy Boss. I teach barre, yoga, Pilates, and meditation. Every week there's a new workout video, so you're going to want to hit that subscribe button so we can continue to work out together. If this is your first time doing barre, this is going to be a simple workout, but not necessarily an easy one. We'll keep choreography simple. I'll kind of explain some of the concepts as we go, but we don't need any equipment, and I am so glad you're giving this a go. Let's get started with our warm-up.
Let's go ahead and get right in there warming up with a squat, an overhead reach, and then lift it up into a calf raise, another arm reach. So every time we lift those arms above the shoulders, the legs go one squat and then one calf raise. So if you're new to barre, every time that we lift our heels off the ground, in ballet, this term is called releve. So sometimes you'll hear me talk about a heel raise or a calf raise. Sometimes you may also hear in barre classes it referred to as a releve, which is just a French term from ballet. So now you already know a little bit more about barre than you did 60 seconds ago. Now it's important that you select in your squats the range that is appropriate for you, meaning that you're only going down as far as is comfortable on your joints, especially your knees here. If you feel your knees talking to you, you are more than welcome to stay up a little taller. We want to make sure that we have proper form here by sending the knees back in space. So see if you can reach your bottom a little further towards the wall behind you. Watch those knees start to reach a little bit further back as well so that you can see your toes. Perfect. We're going to go 4 more of these. 3, 2, last one, and prepare to send the toes out wide. Heels come together. Now again, in ballet, which barre has many of its roots in, we call this our first position. So it means the heels are together, toes are open, only as far as is comfortable from that little V. And then right off the bat, we're going to take our knees out to the side, so dropping tailbone down and take it back up. So hands can be on the hips to begin. We're going to layer in a little bit of arm movement later. So these first couple of exercises in our warm-up, we're introducing a few ballet concepts, which is where barre is really kind of originally rooted. However, barre is a fusion workout, so you're going to see poses and exercises from barre, from ballet, from yoga, from Pilates, and then also traditional strength training like that squat we did earlier and some lunges you're going to see later. It's how we weave these reps together that gives them their umph. Now, I'd also like you to add a little heel raise. So remember, again, we call that releve, so even the toes are out to the side. We're still going to call that a little releve of the heels. Perfect. Now let's add some arms. As we plie down, we're going to take our arms out wide to begin. They come together at the bottom of our plie, open up, and then overhead for that calf raise. Good. And if your arms are doing something different, nothing bad happens. We just do this to make it feel a little bit pretty. Add a little bit of dynamic stretching for those arms. Let's do 4 more of each. 3, 2, and 1. Upper body warm-up is next. Barre is a full body workout. We're going to walk the hands out into a plank. I want you to give me a little hip dip right, so take both toes over towards the right, hip dip left, and then you're going to take a push-up in the middle. Now I'm going to demonstrate. You're welcome to have your knees on the ground if that feels more appropriate for you, or next time I'll offer you a little bit more if you're craving more. There would be that full push-up. So although this is a beginner barre workout, I'm really considering the beginner portion to apply to the simplicity of movement, and the fact that we're kind of breaking down some of the terminology and the form does not necessarily make it any easier of a workout. So simple and easy are 2 different things, as you're probably discovering right now. Perfect. Let's finish up 1 more in each direction. As you noticed, our warm-up is definitely work. Let's stretch the hips back into a downward facing dog from yoga. Spreading fingers wide, just kind of walking the heels out a little bit to get a little bit more length in the calves. which will help us get a little bit more comfortably into our deeper range throughout the rest of our workout. Perfect. Let's go ahead and walk the hands back. We're going to peel up one bone at a time. Are you ready for our barre choreography? Well, we're going to start with something fairly straightforward, and that's alternating lunge backs. It's a little step back, both knees bend, take the feet together, other side. As we're doing these lunges, we want to think about our posture up top. So we keep the shoulders over the hips. We're not needing to tip over. And we're always thinking about dropping the shoulders down. Again, kind of that awareness of that like Pilates posture or that dancer's posture. Now, to begin, seems like a pretty straightforward exercise. It's a lunge. You might do this in any other workout video or any other workout class that you might take. But we're going to change up some range of motion and the way we kind of fit the reps together soon, which is going to make this a total barre experience. Barre is all about varying the range of motion and kind of burning out your muscles. But of course, we're going to do it in a way that's safe to our joints. So next time the right foot comes back, pause. We're going to just go down and up now so that foot stays planted. We're still working here with what we would call a full range of motion. Now, just like we spoke about during the warm-up, that full range of motion is unique to you. It does not mean you have to get your knee all the way down to the ground. I certainly am not planning to do that. It's your end range, totally up to you. Just like your Starbucks latte, you get to pick how low your furthest range is. And then when we talk about half range and other range of motion, it's going to be relative to this baseline. So here we go. Let's give it a try. Now we're going to take it all the way down, whatever that means to you. Come up halfway only. Take it back down low. Halfway only, as low as you want to go today, keeping in mind that this type of movement is probably a little bit newer to your muscles, so we don't need to make it a miserable experience. Notice though how much more challenging it is to stay on that lower half of the range. This might be where those shoulders start to tip forward and you feel the whole body starting to slouch. I want you to pop back up, eyes look at me, perfect. Now take it back down to that lowest range. We're going to find those little pulses next that barre is famous for. So it's slow and controlled. So watch me for a moment. We don't want to do this. We don't want to bounce into it. We really want to go slow up and slow down. It's a really tiny micro movement to begin to really fatigue those muscles. I know, I'm sure feeling it. We have a little bit further to go, so if you need to adjust your lowest stance to accommodate that, go ahead. Next, we're going to hold the legs still, so the knee kind of stays still, but then the heel raises up. Again, we might call that, as you learned today, a releve, and lower back down. So the heel lifts and lowers, and lifts and lowers, noticing how you feel this in a different place in your legs as you lift that heel, particularly in the top of that front thigh. Perfect. Now lower the heel down. Again, we're going to hold the legs, reach the fingertips up to the sky, drop the shoulders down. You're going to take a big stretch over across that front knee and then come up tall. Let's take it over to the other side. 2 more times each direction. You can. We're almost done with side 1. Oh my goodness gracious, when you're done with those, back to those alternating lunge backs. So one side is probably talking to you a little bit more than the other. We are going to make that other side feel just as good. So you can kind of see here now where we can take traditional exercises from other formats, just like good old fitness training, weightlifting, as well as yoga, Pilates, and ballet, but we can kind of make it a totally different experience by changing some of these levels. All right, it's time for side 2, my friend. Step back with the other foot, and then it's still full range down and up. We leave that back foot planted. Good, we're gonna inhale on the way down and exhale on the way up, so we can start to pay a little bit of attention to the breath pattern, which is going to fuel our muscles, giving us the energy that we need. Alrighty, now we know what we're doing on side 2. We have that half range to look forward to. We stay on the bottom half and it's halfway up, take it low. Halfway up, take it low. So we are currently working some of the biggest muscles in our bodies, our glutes, hamstrings, and quads. It's going to create more muscle fibers, which increases our metabolism, builds muscle, helps us stay lean, and then of course, most importantly, helps us be strong and powerful and move our bodies in the way they were designed to move. How are we doing with that half range? Let's go 2, 1, take it back low. Here's those pulses. Remember how slow, controlled, and smooth they are. Maybe a little smile on your face. We're gonna pretend like this is easy to us. It's mind over matter here. You're doing beautifully. And of course, if you need to take a break, take a break. This movement pattern is new to your body, so it's totally normal if the body's kind of going, hey, what the heck is going on here? Now it's time to take the heel up and down. It's up and down. Everything else stays still, just that heel, noticing how you feel it in the top of that thigh. How many more can you do? Let's do 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, heel comes down, side stretch next. Reach it over towards the side of that front knee. Opposite direction. 2 more times. Last one. Just think about how good the side stretch feels, not about that leg. And go ahead and step it in. Goodness gracious, give me a little shake of those legs. Let's stretch out the quads while we're at it before we move into our plie series. So just gonna reach back, other side. Alrighty, you made it through that. You can make it through anything. Plies are next. We're gonna step out wide now. In ballet, we call this our second position. So you might often hear a second position plie. And then take the knees as far away from each other as possible. So we're bending into the knees, and I want you to get set up for this. We can see the inside arch of each foot. So notice if you can only see your knees. If so, I want you to kind of widen them, externally rotating the hips until you can see the inner arches and the big toes of your feet. All right, it's down and up, my friends. We're gonna take the arms with us, down and up, down and up. And then just to keep things interesting, I know this is a little beginner class, but we're gonna add just a touch of a little combo here. We're gonna take it to a plie to tap front. Arms can come in and out, in and out. So as you see, we're alternating sides. Every time we step out wide, we're trying to let our tailbone drop equally between the 2 knees. So this is not a lateral lunge or a side lunge. We want equal distance, knees are equally bent. Perfect. Hopefully feeling that heart rate start to spike a little bit with these big movements. Let's do 2 more each direction. And then next time both feet are wide, we pause there, hold it down low into that plie. And then we're gonna take it into a half range next. So it's halfway up and take it low. So we're on that bottom half just like we did with the lunges. So hopefully these ranges of motion will begin to feel a little bit familiar to you. And again, take a break anytime you need. Come back to join us. Do your best. You can always come up a little bit higher if this is not feeling like so much fun. Now again, watch that posture. We don't want to tip forward here. We want to keep the shoulders back as though we were sliding down an imaginary wall. Now I'm going to add on, get a little bit fancy here. Not too fancy, you can do it. Next time you come up halfway, I want you to pause for your hands behind your head. Dip right, take the fingertips to the knee, come back. Dip left, come back. Now we lower back down, hands can stay behind the head. Yes, do it again. So it's in that little pause when we come up halfway that we take it right and left each side, lower back down. Perfect. So sometimes in a little bit more of an advanced barre class, we'll add on. So rather than just, a down and up movement, we might add on, kind of pair a couple of joint actions together. Keeps it a little bit more fun, but anytime that you kind of get lost and forget what to do, no problem at all. Just keep moving. I'm proud of you for showing up here today. I know you are feeling those inner thighs. I got you. So let's just hold static now. Just hold, hold, hold. Now just the side reaches. We're in our lowest plie, although that might have changed since the beginning of this whole series. Just the side bend. We are doing some standing core here, so we're weaving our core work, a lot of it today, into the rest of our choreography. Now hands come out wide, sink it low, 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 just a few pulses, just 8, 7, 6, draw the shoulders back. Here's 4, 3, 2, and come on home. Shake it out. It's not every day that we work our inner thighs, so you may be thinking of me tomorrow. You're welcome. We have one more standing series to do before we drop out onto the ground for floor. Curtsy lunges are next. So we take a little bit of a turnout with those front toes. Step the right foot behind you. And we're going to curtsy lunge and then tap out to the side. Step behind, tap it out. Very good. So just some dynamic movement to get our heart pumping. A little bit of coordination here. Next time that right foot comes behind you, plant that foot, it's down and up. Shoulders are all the way up over the hips. We have that proud Pilates posture or dancer's posture. Drop the shoulders down. Now we've worked really hard today, and this may be your first time ever doing barre, so I want you to pick now what's more appropriate for you. We're going to go that half range again, but if you prefer to stay this time on the top half, so you're only lowering down halfway, then come right up, that is 100% within your right to do. If you're loving this challenge though, you could drop it down even further and then stay on the lower half. So again, your choice, either the top half range or the lower half range. Whatever your body is asking for today. Also keeping in mind, we just have a couple of minutes left. Here's 3, 2, 1. Hold it low now. So come all the way down to your lowest point, little 1-inch pulses. Up, 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 up. It's 4, 3, 2, 1. This time I do want you to intentionally tip forward, but we pull the abs in to protect the back. The back foot curls in and out. So it's a little hamstring curl. That foot leaves the ground. We're lengthening in our spine to protect the spine. In 3, 2, 1. Tip upright again. Shoulders come back. We're just going to pause and hold for 8, 7, 6. Give me that little smile. 4, 3, 2, 1. And right away, step to the other side now and tap out to the side. So it's curtsy lunge to tap. Beautiful. You will see curtsy lunges so often in barre classes. They do a great job of training our bodies to move in a side-to-side range of motion, which is important for helping prevent injury, keeping all of our muscles balanced. Let's go 3, 2. Next time you hold, plant that foot, it's down and up, down and up. So draw those shoulders back. Think of nice, tall posture. Knees are moving in 2 opposite directions. Now your choice for the half. I suggest that whatever you did on side 1, you do on side 2, either the top half or the lower half, making our legs feel so strong and capable. Keep breathing. Inhale down, exhale up. Inhale down, exhale up. It's 4, 3, 2. Hold it low, low, low. For those pulses, it's just an inch. It's barely visible to the naked eye. Yes, you can. How about 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tip it forward, but abs pull in tight. Little hamstring curls. Bring your heel in towards the seat. If you're wiggling and wobbling, that's all good. We definitely challenge our balance in barre class. Coming in for 4, 3, 2, static hold is next. Tip back until you're upright. Just pause here. We have 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. We're coming to the mat for just a little bit of core work, and we are almost done. All fours, we're going to extend the right leg behind us and keeping the hips nice and quiet. Give me a little leg lift and then tap out to the side. Tap back in. Tap it out. Tap it in. Here's 3, Ooh, it's so good on the sides of the waist. Last one. Now extend the leg long. I want you to spiral your elbows back in towards your ribs. Lower down, leg comes up, chest comes down. Press it back up. We want to make sure we're working our arms here. Just 3 more times. Last one. Right leg comes down, left leg extends behind you. Tap it up and over, and then tap the ground behind you. We're trying to keep the hips as still as possible while we do this so we can work deep into the pelvic floor. Amazing. Also working to the sides of the waist here. Perfect. Last one. Now hover the leg about hip height. Spiral the elbows back towards your ribs, back to the back of your mat as you lower the chest down and press back up on the exhale. Inhale down. Exhale, rise. Belly's pulling in tight. Last 2. Last one. Stretch it back into a child's pose. You have made it through class. I am so proud of you. And gently rise back up to seated.
I am so glad you made it through this workout with me. Please let me know if this was your first time doing barre in the comments below. I just love to hear from you. And if you're on a journey to get a little bit more fit, but you're primarily working out at home, I do have a resource I think might be helpful for you. It's my at-home fitness guide. And I've compiled some of my favorite inspiration, tips, and just kind of tricks for getting the most from our at-home workouts. We don't need a ton of fancy equipment, as you can see, but I have put together some design inspiration, especially if you're working with kind of a multi-purpose room and don't have a whole huge space dedicated to working out, as well as some of my favorite gear and equipment that can add a little bit more variety. Nothing terribly expensive. I think you're going to be excited to check it out. So I will link to that in the description below. If you enjoyed it, I always appreciate a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you'd like to work out with me more.